Very interesting. Do they put flowers on the graves? So no, the Amish in my community did not believe in putting flowers on the graves. Um, there was grass seed planted. Basically that was it. It was in the corner. The community cemetery was in the corner of like a hayfield or a field. Usually it was a hayfield. At least right in the area around the cemetery where you would always park the buggies if there was a funeral. Area was always kept in hay. That way you could park buggies in there. And then, there's a fence around it, and the graves are all pretty close together, even though there's gaps in between different families and stuff. But a lot of the graves end up being pretty close together. It's hard to get in there and mow the grass or anything like that. So what they actually do in my community, the neighbor across the street had a couple of goats that he would bring over, and he would leave them in there for a couple of days, and they would trim down all of the grass, all of the weeds, flowers, you name it. They would have it all, green and even, pristine. They were very good actually at trimming the grass in there, and they would basically eat everything down to the same length of grass. And it was pretty common before a funeral, if somebody passed away, that the neighbor there would take the goats over and get them started on trimming the grass in there, so they could come in and dig the graves. The graves were dug by hand. And I remember my dad was one of the pallbearers for my neighbor's funeral. And I remember being over there with him, and the other three guys, there was four of them, they had to actually dig the grave. And it was hard work. They were out there most of the day with the picks and shovels and spud bars. They were out there digging that hole by hand. And like I said, it was a lot of hard work.